Walk into the finale 40 inches first. I'm Anna Rimmer with Pop Culture.
And I'm Nick Valdez from comicbook.com.
And this is Dragged, where we offer our unfiltered opinions about RuPaul's Drag Race because it's time to crown our season 15 winner. We're going in on the finale, and what a finale it was. Nick, what'd you think about it?
Oh my God, like these 90-minute finales. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
More. I will take all the content you have, right? We got tons of new looks, tons of extras. I mean, Jinx Monsoon performed.
I cried during that, for real tears. Right off the bat, we have so much to talk about. Let's get into just a couple of our favorite looks from the queens as they do their finale runway. There were a ton of them. What are your top couple favorites?
I mean, just a blank statement. Like, it's great to always see the queens come back for the finale because
Totally.
they've got a little money. They might have they figured out their style. Princess Poppy comes out in the Regina George, and after her Rebecca Glasscock in the reunion, my first thought was like, where was this Poppy?
Truly a reference queen, and apparently from people who attended the finale, the live taping, she brought out a tiara and she broke it into pieces and threw it to the crowd, which they didn't have time to show. But come on, that's so good. What an icon.
I love that. And of course, Robin Fierce, actually, one of my favorites. Just a gorgeous, cover model type of look. My God. Marsha, probably my favorite look of the night. I was like, oh, Marsha. I didn't realize how much I missed Marsha until I saw her in the finale.
Honestly, Marsha got a tough edit because I thought she was really great. And I had the same feeling of I miss Marsha when she walked out. Side note, with her and Sasha's finale look, which we'll talk about in just a second, they looked like a mother-daughter pair that went to the races that day. And I love that. That was so cute.
I love Sugar and Spice. Just like with the reunion, I was missing their little combined looks. Sugar with the angel, Spice with the devil. Great stuff. They look fantastic. I do want to give a shout out to Lucy. I know I have been very hard on Lucy LaDuca throughout this entire drag show, but I liked her finale look. The costuming, the idea finally met the execution, and then with the cool little exposed brain,
that was very cool.
Yeah, it was like a redo of that one that I really didn't like, that ugly face paint ghoul yellow bed sheet thing that she was doing before. So yeah.
You know what? I have come around to that look. At first I was like, Mama, not the Babadook. Why would you come out like this? This is not your brand. But also, it was giving me generic Who. And so for that, I appreciate the look. Well, and then we've got our final four who come out on the runway, the first of many of their looks of the night. Let's first talk about Anitra's look briefly. Right off the bat, I love her. Her face is always stunning, but this is not my favorite of her looks. It was giving me very, what was it, Mortal Kombat kind of thing? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm glad it's not a bodysuit, because we do see bodysuits later from Anitra, and it's fine, but when you compare it to the other three, this was my least favorite of the four.
Agreed.
Unfortunately. She's so cool. She looks cool in it. But when compared to the others, there had to be a last place.
Yeah, agreed. It's a tough fashion top four. And, Anitra's never been our top fashion girly of the top four. And come on, you've got Lux coming out next in this, pink cotton candy fantasy look. I pictured her immediately as one of those ladies in the giant champagne glasses, just swishing their legs about. She looked beautiful. I absolutely adored this look.
Yeah, she was gorgeous. That pastel pink looks great on her. She's done pastels in the competition before, but this was incredible. I think it still gets beaten out by that ice fairy look that she had. I think that was my favorite Lux look, but this one is right there.
Yeah, I mean, she really, every one of her looks that we really, really, really love is this kind of pastel-y color too. So she should definitely lean into that because it just looks so fantastic on her.
Absolutely. And then we have Mistress, who comes out in like this, I don't know what kind of material that is, but I was just like, I was amazed.
Right? Was this latex? Was this pleather? Like, what was this? It hugged every curve so beautifully. This red, it shimmered in the light, the wig with it, with a little bit of blonde. She just gets it. She gets her look, and she surprises us every time without being that surprising, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. She just continues to like push her own looks, and it's working. This was incredible. I'm still kind of obsessed over it, even like this far after watching the finale. I'm obsessed with it.
It would have been my favorite if it was not for Sasha Colby rounding the corner like Eliza Doolittle. Oh my God, this Day at the Races look in the red with her makeup and that hat. Stop it. It should be like just unfair of her to come out looking like that.
Just mother, mom, mommy.
Right? She just turns the corner and we just go, mommy. You know, what else is there to say?
Just mom.
She's so beautiful. And she continues to be beautiful as we move on. So let's get into the performances and talk about those. Anitra is up first, and her original song is called Lotus. She comes out and performs it in this little like one-legged white lotus bodysuit, which was one of my favorite of her bodysuits throughout the competition. Yes. But, you know, it's still a bodysuit. I don't love the song, but I rarely love these songs, so I'm not really holding that against her. And then she did like a really cool split out of nowhere. So she did a killer job. It just wasn't my favorite of the performances that we've seen during the finale.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it is my third favorite out of the four. You know, but she looks great. I love her with the white wig. I can't believe she hasn't done white before.
It's giving Storm.
Yes, I loved it. She looked absolutely cool. She killed him in the performance. Yeah, but it's a very stacked top four.
It's just tough to stand out when everyone is so good. But yeah, I agree with the placement here. This was my third favorite performance. Second favorite performance of the night was Luxx, who comes out in like this updated Britney Spears red jumpsuit for this song, where it's just like, it's giving fashion over and over again. And I know I just said I don't like these songs normally, but I love this song.
No, see, I completely agree with you. These originals usually don't really work, you know, because they're very insular, and it's like, okay. But Luxx's, when she said, let me say it, stop asking, it's been in my head for like the last couple of days. Like, and I'm glad Luxx finally got the memo to wear red, you know?
Yeah, finally.
Like the other queens all showed up in red, and I was like, wait a minute.
Luxx said, I'm showing up in what I'm showing up in, and you're gonna thank me for it. And the blonde red wig was so cool on her. I love that look.
Yeah, I think the only thing that didn't work was the reveal, because it was just like, you know, because she doesn't wear much on the stage during this performance. When they take off like the leather stockings, and it's just, okay, I guess that was a reveal. You know, cool. But she was great. I love this. And yes, I agree. This was my second favorite out of the four.
Unfortunately, the bottom performance for me of the finale was my girl Mistress, who I love. She performed the song Delusion. And the delusion was strong with her in this nurse outfit. Like, what was this? I hated that.
I don't know. I'm a little bummed. I'm also bummed. Like, I think, like, Anitra had pointed out in one of, like, the reaction videos that's like, oh, she was like a spicy Nurse Joy. And, you know, I can't get that out of my head now. But at the same time, Mistress, she's been on point through like the whole competition, and then like for the finale to be reliant on like choreography and the stuff that she's not exactly the strongest in was a shame. But full credit to her and those backup dancers to do that split.
That was cool.
And the fact that she kept it on like an even like horizontal, like, yeah, this is like straight up science kind of like split. And she held it, you know, she kept that core strong. To Mistress, she did great. But as we've been saying, this is a very strong top 4, and we had already seen 2 solid performances, and then it's followed by Sasha. So it's like, well, one of these had to be last, unfortunately.
Can we talk about Sasha? I'm sorry, Mistress. We got to move on. And this is the bottom one. Sasha's up next with her song "Goddess," and I truly take "Me to Church." Wow. What a performance. She is just, I didn't even feel like I was watching the competition anymore. I felt like I was at a concert.
When she came out in the snake, like, I was already done. I was like
goosebumps talking about it. Like, it's insane. Her hairography, at one point she manifested a ponytail out of nowhere. I was like, how did that happen? Where did it come from? It was like watching a full-on pop star concert. It's just unfair that she is in this competition. She's just so good.
Yeah, that's real professional stuff. This is this is a veteran who's done this for years and years and years, and we finally get to see that. I think during the competition we've seen little bits and pieces of how Sasha can be just like this extraordinary performer, but it's here in the finale where we finally get all the pieces in place. We finally get to see a ton of her personality and just how uniquely she thinks about things, right? Like the hairography, the Medusa, it's just wonderful. Just if she didn't win by her opening look, this was it already. The rest
honestly
was the rest was unfortunately a formality at this point.
It's so true. Honestly, Sasha just needed a bigger stage throughout all of Drag Race because she just had more to do. She looks so at home with backup dancers. It's just, this kind of grandeur is just needed to appreciate the full Sasha Colby, and for that, I thank them.
We haven't even seen Sasha, right? I think
we haven't even seen her final form yet.
Just queen, mom, mommy, mother.
So it comes as no surprise that when it comes to the top 2 for the final lip sync, we've got Anitra versus Sasha Colby, the Obi-Wan, the Luke Skywalker. We predicted this weeks ago. We are correct. And what a joy to see it anyways. They pulled out Knock on Wood for the final lip sync. I am curious to know what you thought of it because I was in awe.
So song choice aside, I loved it, of course. I wish Anitra's little heart reveal thing fit better with the song. It's unfortunate, but it looks so cool when she was just bleeding heart, bleeding heart, bleeding heart. It's super cool visual, and Anitra is doing the stuff that we love Anitra for. But right?
Right. 1,000%. But there is no competing with. I mean, Anitra's such a dynamic performer. I barely could keep my eyes on her. Sasha Colby comes out. She basically takes all her clothes off, but in the most regal, glamorous way. And she's just having her full-on fantasy show. She's riding around on her coat, which looked so cool and so hot. She's just so cool. It's impossible to not root for her whenever she's in a lip sync.
Yeah, it's the same thing I said with her opening look and her performance. Just mom, mother, icon, goddess, queen, just every little adjective that you could throw at her, it fits her. And it wasn't just the fact that she went out there stark naked, of course, with very well-placed designs. She knew what she was doing, of course, right?
Yeah.
But it was the looks before, too, with that big, furry coat that already looked like, oh yeah, that's the reveal coat, right?
Yeah.
And then with the gown under it, the gown was already gorgeous. And I'm like, oh, is she gonna perform in a gown? No.
Just slowly pulling that thing up so that it just dissolves off of her body, leaving her in basically what is bejeweled underwear. And, you know, we are grateful for it. And no surprise to anyone, she is crowned the winner of season 15. And watching her accept that crown in that scepter in nothing, a whisper of a thought of an outfit, was honestly perfect. I loved it.
I don't think there could have been a better cap off to 15 seasons of Drag Race than with that, right? Like Sasha Colby winning, you know, in the outfit that she had. You know, you did have Malaysia Baby Doll Fox winning Miss Congeniality, which was great. You know,
but it would have been Sasha.
Yeah, that was my thought too. My only thing was, Sasha probably could have won both. You know, it wouldn't have been cool, but also she should have won both, right?
She is the Dumbledore of Drag Race, you know? Mistress said it best.
Good for Sasha. We have been talking about her a lot through this season. We've been saying this, you know, we were all at the Sasha Colby meet and greet, right? And for as much as that was true, it's true because she continues to impress, right? And even with this finale, she just goes full for it and literally leaves everything on the stage.
Everything. She left it all there. You know, I've never seen a less controversial winner on Drag Race. I really think even, like, you know, we were Anitra stans through and through. But even we, for the finale, we're like, well, it's, you know, it's gotta be Sasha. It's just a nice little bow to put on the season. She has earned it. She is such a queen. She is such a trailblazer in the drag space. And I was just really happy to see her finally get like her flowers on such a large international platform.
Right. And if she were a terrible person, you know, we'd be like, oh, it had to be Sasha, even though the whole time we were like, oh, you know, when you think about it, anyone else, if we've been the whole time, anyone else, we were just like, oh, we're just waiting for her to win, we would have been annoyed by it as enjoyers of the show. We would have been like, oh, could it be anybody but? But no, this is a world. This is Sasha Colby's world. And we're all just kind of giving her the flowers that she has already earned.
She is beautiful. She is kind. She is talented. She is, you know, an advocate. You know, what, you couldn't ask for a better queen. She is just everything. I did cry multiple times during this finale. And one of them was during her final lip sync, because I was just like, this is exactly what you're meant to be doing. You are just so in your element. It's beautiful to watch. I feel lucky to have watched the season. And honestly, the entire rest of the cast, most of them, you know, I'll see you guys on All Stars because you guys are great too. And it was just like a wonderful group of gals and a wonderful season, a great competition. I can't wait for All Stars. This is gonna be great.
I know, and who can come back? Everybody. Like, everybody is ready. Everybody's already, like, as soon as they lose, they're like, oh, I'll be back on All Stars. Like, I get to give it now, I guess.
Exactly. And you know that when they are back on All Stars, we will be following that season. We've got more in store for you, so keep an eye on this space. It's been so fun recapping the season with you, Nick. So thanks for being the best co-host. And thanks for all of you for being the best viewers. So for season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race, we say adios from drag.